Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to MSTC Limited Q1FY22 Earnings Conference call hosted by Equirus Securities Private Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touch-tone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Dipesh Kashyap from Equirus Securities Private Limited. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Lizanne. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Equirus Securities, I welcome you all to 1QFY22 Earnings Conference call of MSTC Limited. From the management, we have with us Ms. Bhanu Kumar, Director Commercial, Mr. Subrata Sarkar, Director Finance, and Mr. Ajay Kumar Rai, Company Secretary. We'll begin the call with the opening remarks from the management, and then we can open the line for Q&A. I now hand over the call to Ms. Bhanu Kumar. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, good morning to all of you. On behalf of MSTC, I'll be taking up this con call along with my colleague, Mr. Subrata Sarkar, Director Finance, and our Company Secretary, Mr. Ajay Rai. Again, today our CMD had to leave office for a very important urgent meeting where there is a parliamentary committee, and he has expressed his regret for not attending the con call for the past couple of occasions. So you'll have to bear with us this time also. Now with this, first of all, I would like to talk about the key highlights for this Q1 of 21-22. So during Q1 21-22, the company crossed a revenue of 370.52 billion in terms of value of goods transacted through its marketing and e-commerce verticals, which is actually 545.17% growth over the value of goods traded in Q1 2021. Now, actually, that's not a very fair way of representing things because Q1 2021 was almost nil transactions were taking place due to the onset of pandemic at that point of time. You're all aware of what happened in Q1 2021. And here also the growth in marketing is mainly because of the supplies that we have in the marketing segment for the Gas Authority and Indian Oil Pipe. This is in the associate model. So whatever supplies are done, it is back-to-back billed to the associates. And the growth in the value of goods transacted through e-commerce also saw a very good growth of 554.70%. This again was mainly because the value of goods transacted of iron ore, cotton bales and coal to a great extent contributed, and in Q1 was very, very good in these sectors. Now, as far as financial performance is concerned, that's consolidated. The details will be given by our Director Finance, but the key highlight is the revenue of 1,712.55 million in Q1 21-22 with a revenue of 341.70 million in Q1 2021. Growth is 401.19%, largely because of the marketing business. For PBT of INR 371.70 million in Q1 21-22 vis-a-vis INR 27.23 million in Q1 2021, which as I expected was minuscule due to pandemic. Now as far as the new business highlights for the Q1 was, we had first time entered into a new area where we disposed of large quantity of biosolid fertilizer. This was for a private company called BioWMS in Tamil Nadu. So that's a new segment that's opening up for us. We also conducted a very successful event for Shakti scheme of the Government of India for allocation of coal to private IPPs. Then we had the very customized portal for the Hindustan Oil Exploration Company for offtake of 1.2 MMSCD of natural gas. Now, certain oil blocks were already allocated, and whatever is the natural gas that's being produced from there, that again is being sold through a very transparent e-auction system. Very complex kind of portal had to be developed for that. That was successfully done, and the bidding was a grand success, and our client was very, very happy in that. The entire quantity of gas that was allocated was successfully allocated to this methodology. Now, as far as the financials are concerned, standalone and consolidated, our Director of Finance, Mr. Subhrata Sarkar, will explain on that. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this investor meet. We are now going to have a discussion on the standalone financial highlights Q1 versus Q1 of the corresponding year of 2021. So total revenue as it stands from Q1 is 1712.55 as compared to 31341.70. It consisted of marketing of 112075. E-commerce 591.3, others were 0.67, and then Q1 for 2021 marketing 116.20, e-commerce 224.67, and others 0.85. As we can see that basically the e-commerce has gone up by 163.14, and it has contributed a lot to our PBT. EBITDA pre-provisioning was 474.83 million as compared to 83.36 million. Provisions, as per our provisioning policy, it was 83.35 as compared to 25.83 last year. PBT was 371.70 as compared to 27.23 last year. And PAT is 212.01 as compared to 2.53 last year. EPS is 3.01 as compared to 0.04 last year. And the cash profit is 299.70 as compared to 35.63 last year. Now let us have the segment wise. In case of total value of goods traded through MSTC ecosystem is 370.52 billion as compared to 57.43 billion last year of the same corresponding period. Total revenue was 1712.55 million as compared to 341.70 million of last quarter of the corresponding period. Revenue, e-commerce was 591.13 as compared to 224.65, and revenue marketing 1120.75 as compared to 116.20. Total expenses 1340.85. PBT 371.70. Profit after tax 212.01 as compared to expenses of 314.47 last year, PBT 27.23 last year, and PAT 2.53 last year. Let us go to the consolidated one. Total revenue of consolidated quarter one was 2686.87 million as compared to 1043.69. It comprises from marketing 1127.0.75 as compared to 116.20 of last year. E-commerce 591.13 as compared to 224.55 last year. Scrap recovery and allied job 974.32 as compared to 702.09 last year, and others 0.67 as compared to 0.85 of last year. EBITDA pre-provisioning 685.57 as compared to 118.63 last year. Provisions and write-off 85.57 as compared to 40.54 last year. PBT 538.08 as compared to 4.58 last year. And profit after tax this year it is 335.57 coming into black as compared to a loss of minus 27.69 last year, and EPS of course 4.77 as compared to minus 0.0939 last year. Cash profit of course we have made 467.62 million as compared to 60.78 last year of the corresponding period. That's all from our side. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin with the question and answer session. Anyone wishing to ask a question may please press star and 1 on your touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is on the line of Dikshit Doshi from Whitestone Financial Advisors. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. Ma'am, my first question is regarding this.
Can you be a little louder? Can't hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my first question is regarding this e-auction we have conducted for Hindustan Oil Exploration. So I understand that now every player have to do through e-auction.
You're still not very clear. Can you be closer to the mic?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I understand that now every player have to sell the natural gas through e-auction. So is there any plans for adding the other oil and gas players as well, like ONGC, Oil India? If you can elaborate on that. And secondly, about this Hindustan Oil Exploration, so is this some one-time income of where we have built the platform, or every time the auction will happen, we will get some income?
Okay. Here actually DGAT had floated one event where we also participated. They have empaneled 3-4 agencies for carrying out this kind of auctions for all the natural gas that will be produced from these gas fields. So the first of such events have taken place for Hindustan Oil Exploration. ONGC, and there are a host companies who have got these gas blocks and who have started production. They are still in the nascent stage and they are yet to go in for e-auction. But apart from MSTC, there are 3-4 other agencies who have been empaneled. So anyone can actually get this job. It's not necessary that MSTC will get it on nomination. So we will have to compete and get this project from other companies. Secondly, as far as the revenue is concerned, we have already created a platform for such kind of events. So there will be uniformity. Some minor customization may be required for wherever the client wants. But apart from that, it's a very standard kind of a portal that we have created. So we have already taken the cost for that kind of a standard portal, and now it will be only event based, which is not very, very high. So depending on the number of events that they carry out, we will be actually having the charges. Now, if somebody wants a huge amount of customization to be done, then there will be additional source of revenue as development cost. But otherwise, it's going to be just event charges, and depending on the events, and that's again not very high.
Okay, and that event will, so these auctions will be conducted every month?
No, it depends on the production. See, as I said, a lot of companies are still coming into this e-auction for natural gas. It's not taken off in a big way. So as and when production happens, they have sufficient quantities for the gas. See, as you understand, it's all completely, market dynamics. So when there is a good demand for natural gas from that area, then only the e-auction is going to be successful. So the clients will have to assess as to what is the quantity that is available, what is the need of the market in that area, and accordingly the auctions will be conducted. So nobody has started, but once it starts, I'm sure that it will be on a regular basis.
Okay, and now that we have already done one auction for Hindustan Oil Exploration, so is it fair to assume that the next auction of Hindustan Oil will also be done by us?
See, this is going to be a project which the material of almost 1 to 2 years has been sold off. So whenever it happens after 2 years, it will be done through us only.
Okay. Now, the second question is regarding our e-commerce revenue. So you highlighted in your opening speech that the revenue was boosted by the good e-auction of coal and also the iron ore. So is my understanding right that due to the second wave, there might be some impact on the sale of scrap?
Scrap was affected initially, but that was more or less compensated by the high rates. Actually, since last year, corresponding period, the rates of scrap has increased by about 15 to 20%. So even if the quantity traded was a little lower, the value has compensated for that. So scrap has also shown some growth. If you can see, the revenue from e-commerce segment is quite good in comparison to Q1 of 2021. And even by our normal, assessment, Q1 of this year has been quite good. So the major contributing factor has been iron ore, coal, and some cotton bales also, because that was a new line of business that was introduced for us. And scrap has also shown some good growth in this first quarter.
Yeah, so you mentioned that, there was some lower volume, but that was compensated by the higher prices of scrap. So can we expect that now that as everything is opening up, so the volume should also come back from Q2 onwards, and that should, benefit much even better?
You can expect that. One more factor for such good Q1 results was, the last year, first 2 quarters were affected, especially in the scrap area. So a lot of sale got pushed to the Q3, Q4. Q4 was very, very good. And again, some spillage was there for Q1 also. So all that accumulated scrap is now gone. Whatever is the fresh arising, that will come from Q2 onwards.
Okay, and one last question from my side. So on a standalone entity, when we are, expected to move to the new tax regime, I guess we are still paying 35% tax.
Your question is not very clear. Can you repeat it and be closer to the mic?
On a standalone company, we are still paying 35% tax. So when are we planning to move to the new tax regime?
35% tax, sir?
Which one?
Standalone.
On a standalone entity.
Yeah, you are talking about taxation.
Yeah, tax.
Yeah, we are still sticking to our old regime, because certain, if you can see our annual results and all these things, that annual report will be also published very soon. We have got certain MAT credits available. So for that only we are sticking to that old regime, and overall effective tax rate is getting beneficial for us. So that's why we are sticking to that old regime. As soon as new tax regime is beneficial to us, we will see favor to that.
So how much would be the tax outflow? It will be 20%?
Let us see, because on the year-to-year basis, which is Q1, is very difficult to say. Let us on the year basis. Last year, I think that result is already there, and we have taken a tax credit in the last quarter, that you can see the results of Q4, as you can observe. So this regime is quite beneficial. So once that credits are over, we may switch over to that regime, new regime.
Okay. That's it from my side. Thanks.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, anyone wishing to ask a question, may please press star and 1. The next question is on the line of Harsha Jain from REH Investment Advisors. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi Tim. Congratulations for this set of numbers. I was concerned about the cash component in our balance sheet.
This is break.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Jain. We are not able to hear you clearly. Can you use the handset mode while speaking?
Hello. Is it clear now?
Yeah.
So a little better.
Yeah. So I want to know that how much cash balance do we have at the end of quarter ending June 30th, 2021?
Yeah, gentlemen, quarter one we have only published the financial results related to P&L. So you have to wait till 30th September when our balance sheet will be published. So also,
okay, and
you can see from our generation, cash is positive generation of the cash. So you can easily derive out of that. But so far, balance sheets are not being audited and published during this first quarter. So we will be able to give you the exact figures as on 30th September when we meet after 3 months.
And can you please clarify that how are we deploying cash? Because as of March 31st, we had net cash of around 700 CR. So can you please tell me that where the 700 crore of cash has been deployed by us?
So this all cash flow statements and everything, it will be published during this 6 months period on 30th September result, and only we can be able to give you the and it will be we will get a review from our statutory auditor then we will be able to tell you.
No. You are not getting my point. I am asking that as on 31st of March 2021, during Q4, we had a net cash of around 600 to 700 crores. So I just want to know that where are the 600, 700 crores of cash is being invested by us? Is it in bank account yielding FD returns of 4 to 5%, or is it somewhere else?
Again, I answered you like that only, sir. This balance sheet portion and the cash portions are not being audited and reviewed during this first quarter. So I will be able to answer you very precisely and in a very particular manner as on 30th December position. Then I can give you the whole details, whatever you want. Because that everything will be answered. Nothing will be kept unanswered. So please, on that particular point of time, we'll be able to answer because when the figures are with us.
Sure. Thank you so much. And my last question is regarding our e-commerce platform. So is the 59 to 60 crores of e-commerce revenues which we have shown in Q1, is it sustainable for next 3 quarters, or do we expect an uptick of 15-20%?
It is sustainable, definitely. Regarding growth from this, I can't commit right now because, as I said, there is some spillover from last year. So that's why Q1 was pretty good. So we have not assessed as to how much was that spillover, what is that impact. And Q2, Q3 going onwards, this much it is reasonable to expect that at least this much revenue will be there.
Okay. And one last question is regarding our marketing revenue. So are we shutting down the marketing operations, or is it still operational for this year as well?
Actually, as you are aware, there were 3 models of marketing business, and out of which one we had already discontinued more than 2 years back. In the associate model, we still have some spillovers, though the contract is over. But because of our earlier commitment, some supplies are still going on. That we expect to be closed by this year end, after which there will be no transaction under the associate model also. Regarding the BG back scheme, some transactions are still happening, and that will continue.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Congratulations once again for the good set of numbers and all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. The next question is on the line of Srinivas Reddy, an investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I want to know regarding this SSNL subsidiary, your subsidiary news regarding that sale of that subsidiary. When can this thing happen in this financial year, or you are expecting it to be done?
Yeah. Good afternoon, Mr. Reddy.
Good afternoon. Yeah.
I wanted to know about because you know that the procedure it is totally being handled by Government of India, DIPAM, Ministry of Finance, Department of Investment and Public Asset Management. So they have got full authority, and they are in fact directly doing all these procedures and everything. So it is, at this juncture, we are unable to tell anything whether it will happen this year or next year. So all depends upon the way that the DIPAM does and the things progress. So it is totally under the control of the DIPAM.
Okay. What about this previous provisions which you have provided for the company? Dues, recoverable dues provisions, allocation which you are doing every quarter, some 25 crores. Till when you are planning to continue these things?
Yeah, as we were telling you last time, earlier it was cash and carry segment, it was around 100 crores. Now, coming down, it is around 37 to 38 crores of things have already, it is now left. So max to max, this may go, we have to provide for that, max to max in the cash and carry segment. 37 to 38 things are already in the left. That is likely to be done with this policy, maybe over by this year only.
So so for all the quarters of this year, we can expect this provisioning to continue.
This financial year we are expecting to do away with, because it's a very fancy sum now left, and we are getting some amount of realization from that parties also, but also in a very slower pace. So we hope it will be over by this year in the cash and carry segment.
So with this year, there will be no future need for this provisioning.
We are expecting that in the cash and carry segment, there will be no further provisioning. We are expecting, as things and this trend goes, we are expecting.
Okay. So any other provisionings you are expecting apart from this cash and carry?
Yeah, very minuscule in the e-commerce segment, very minuscule. Okay. Normal wear and tear, you can call it. Very minimal in the normal business things, very minuscule provisions are there. So it might happen during the course, but it not be of that large magnitude as in the cash and carry segment.
Okay. What is the total amount of debt for the company on the consolidated basis?
Which one, sir?
Both for MSTC and subsidiaries combined.
Debt right now, sir, this quarter we have not drawn our balance sheet and get it audited. So we will be able to give your answer to your question on 30th September. After 3 months, we will be able to answer you the final.
Okay. What about the debt at the end of 31st March for both subsidiaries and MSTC standalone combined consolidated debt?
Sir, I have to go back to the paper. If you don't mind,
you can tell me approximately, sir. Approximately, you can tell me.
I am answering to my esteemed investor. I cannot go by the approximate type thing. So far, is concerned, holding company is concerned, MSTC is concerned, the debt is was very much minimum than 31st March, because we had a small piece of term loan from SBI for account of our office building, and balance that we didn't have any debt except that 143 crore that is standing on account of Standard Chartered, that is there as on 31st March. That we can tell so far holding company standalone basis.
Okay, that includes your FSNL and your
only standalone basis.
Only standalone. Okay.
That we are having a very small debt of on account of term loan and 143 crores on account of Standard Chartered.
Okay, so if the sale happens by the government of India, if for FSNL, so the proceeds are going to come because it is 100% subsidiary to the MSTC only, no? Whatever the amount.
Your second question, yes, 100% subsidiary, but what will be the structure of the deal? How the money flow will happen, in which way, which form, is yet to be done away, yet to be formalized, yet to be crystallized. So what will be the mode of payment or receipt? We are not yet aware of, sir.
Okay, sir. So any other business areas you are prospecting for the growth, increasing the growth, sir? Because I have been asking you this question from past many years. As you are aware, we are growing at a very small pace compared to private e-commerce companies. So that is the only concern I have at present. So if you have any positive news, you can let us know on that aspect.
As far as e-commerce is concerned, we are now deliberating on various models where we plan to have more associates, because as you said, we are a small company and we can't be everywhere. So maybe we will onboard some, associates, but that is still at a very nascent stage. We've not really crystallized as to what we want to do. That's an ongoing process, and probably in the next quarter, we will be able to tell you something as to which direction we are going in.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, anyone wishing to ask a question, may please press star and 1. Participants, if you wish to ask a question, you may please press star and 1. The next question is on the line of Vikas Kumar Daga, an investor. Please go ahead.
Ma'am, I just wanted to understand that what is the prognosis for the scrappage policy that has been considered by the PM few days back, and its impact on the business that we are undertaking?
Can you repeat the question? Your voice is actually breaking.
Okay. I wanted to understand that the scrap company that we have floated for doing the scrapping business in joint venture with the Mahindras, what is the impact and what is the business outlook for that company? Because just 2-3 days back, our PM has announced a scrapping policy for the entire industry.
So what exactly is the question, sir? I could gather that your
outlook of the business, outlook of this scrap business.
I think we had already disclosed in the past that we are planning for more collection cum dismantling center. The JV company is planning rather. So we are expecting that within this year we will be coming up with another 2 centers at least. And the earlier centers also that they are showing some positive growth and positive results now. So it is good, and by the end of this year we should be having at least 4 to 5 centers, and it will grow from here. And with the policy has just been announced, so the numbers of number of vehicles that yet needs to witnesses. Once we see that the number of ELVs that will come to us is little large, we will definitely have more such C&D centers.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is on the line of Karthikeyan from Suyash Advisors. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. Continuing on the same question, madam, just wanted to understand, irrespective of who sets up these collection centers, would the auctions be conducted by MSTC? Is there any clarity on that point?
All the dismantled and scrap that is generated after dismantling, as of now we are only conducting the auctions, but there are situations where it can be directly sold to some foundry or some kind of a furnace. Those models are also there. So it's not that every material that is dismantled or collected or scrap is e-auctioned only. If there is an industry, allied industry, which can use this as a raw material, then it is sent directly also.
Right. What percentage would you currently account for, madam, of the total scrap auction?
What percentage?
Yes, madam. Of
That
the
is
total scrap generated.
That's hardly anything as of now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think we had discussed earlier also, the spare parts, wherever it is reused as it is being sold as secondary spare part, second hand, and that is being used by the industry. So the material that actually comes as scrap is quite minuscule, and mainly it is coming from C&D center in Greater Noida and Chennai. That also is not much. Volumes are not really coming in. So with the announcement of this policy, we are expecting that the number of ELVs which will come to us for scrappage will increase. Then probably these volumes we can talk of. Right now, it's hardly anything.
Okay. Thank you and best wishes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is on the line of Kunal Mehta from H&M Finance and Securities. Please go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am, for the opportunity. Continuing with the scrappage policy, I have just 2 questions. What is the capital that we'll be looking to deploy in the JV? And you said, the second question is, you said 4-5 centers by the end of the year. Madam, each center what would be the capacity? For example, Tata's have announced in their scrappage center in Gujarat, they will be having roughly 36,000 vehicles scrappage capacity. So these are the 2 questions from my side, ma'am.
Yeah, basically, as you can see from the balance sheet of our balance sheet as on 31st March 2021, we had contributed some amount of capital to our JV company, and it is also generating some amount of cash. So at present, that is suffice to have certain centers in progress. Second, we are coming up with, as earlier told by our Director Commercial, we are coming up with a couple of more dismantling centers, this collection and dismantling center, and we will be separately, the JV company will come up with all these details in a bigger way for the sake of the investor about the nitty-gritties and everything. As the scrappage policy has already been announced and in the latest industrial summit at Ahmedabad by Honorable Prime Minister. So we will be coming up with all these declaration and all these things in a very short year, and where we will be able to discuss how much is the total things and everything. But still, what we can say, we are now capable enough to whatever being procured and from these sources, and we are processing it in a very successful manner. As you can see that from our consolidated results, that their losses has come down significantly from Q1 and from last financial year to this year, and it is and we are generating cash out of that also.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Pritesh Chheda from Lucky Investment Managers. Please go ahead.
Just one clarification I have. The subsidiary FSL, which is supposed to be sold, so what we see in the segmental, this entire scrap recovery and allied jobs related segmental numbers, both revenue and EBITDA, is linked to that subsidiary entirely, or we have other entities which also do scrap recovery?
This, you wanted to know that scrap and recovery and allied jobs, this segment belongs to our, in the consolidated result, this segment belongs to our 100% subsidiary FSNL. So this quarter they have also done a little bit good because earlier quarter one was marked by the COVID effect. So these numbers are of that revenue numbers are of our 100% subsidiary FSNL only.
Is there anything other than that subsidiary, or is just that linked to purely that 100% subsidiary only?
This scrap and allied job belongs to our subsidiary only.
Okay. Thank you very much. And this is a subsidiary which is supposed to be sold, right?
Yeah.
And for which you have sent a press release of about 100 crore worth that you are going to sell, right?
Yeah, but if you can see the segmental result, it has got segmental PBT was 16.89 for this quarter as compared to 16.89 crore as compared to 1.42 loss last year. So we can see this quarter in the consolidated segment-wise revenue. This is a subsidiary that Government of India is already decided to sell.
And when will the transaction get consummated?
Yeah, it is very difficult. You know, the DIPAM is directly monitoring the thing. So it is being monitored by at the highest level in the Government of India. So the timelines we cannot do not have any knowledge or control of ourselves as of now.
Okay. And does it affect the working or the operations if the subsidiary is sold? Does it in any way link it or operations of the e-com scrap division? Does it affect any way?
No. This is a totally independent subsidiary. It has nothing to do with our e-commerce business.
Okay. So just clarifying this. Okay.
This is totally different. They are operating in a different segment only.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, anyone wishing to ask a question, may please press star and 1. Participants in the conference, if you wish to ask a question, you may please press star and 1. As there are no further questions, I now hand the conference over to the management for the closing comments.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity given to the management to explain everything. And I'm really glad that the investors are keeping track of all the activities and all the, the environment in which we work and ask very pertinent questions that keeps us motivated to do better each day. And thank you. Stay with us. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Equirus Securities Private Limited, that concludes this conference call. We thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines. Thank you.